Steenson joins us now live from London. He's a nutrition scientist at the British Nutrition Foundation. I think he joins us. There he is.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Hi, Simon. Great. I mean, that's a huge increase they're talking about in obesity, and it's so disturbing to know that children will be left to suffer with it. How did this get so bad?
Well, what we do know is that in the UK, if I talk about the situation here, that children, when they first start school at around age 5, about a quarter of children then are normally overweight or obese, but this increases to about a third by the time that they leave what we call primary school at age 11 and move on to secondary school. One of the problems with this that we do also know about is that in more deprived areas in the UK, the number of children who are overweight or obese is higher. And as mentioned in the report, if children are overweight or obese when they are younger, they will typically carry this on to when they are adults. And this can increase the risk of a number of serious diseases such as type 2 diabetes or heart attack.
Okay. You know, it's funny, you're talking about the UK, but I remember my American public grade school, and every few months we could pay a little bit extra money to get a special lunch, they called it, you know, delivered straight from McDonald's or our local equivalent of Kentucky Fried Chicken. We loved it, and you know, if any parent said no, their kid was going to get made fun of, even bullied. And you know what? That dynamic really does still exist today. Fast food, this unhealthy stuff, is cool.
Well, in the UK, there has been some progress made. There are a lot of government policies in place to try to address the issue of childhood obesity specifically. And the UK has been quite a trailblazer for some of the policies that they have proposed. So, for example, working with industry to reduce the amount of sugar in foods that are commonly eaten by families as well as children by around 20%. And of course, it was big news that there was a sugar tax introduced here, as has been introduced in many other countries globally, including the US. And that has so far raised over £150 million to that will be used for school sports programs as well as breakfast clubs, and has also been a really positive driver for manufacturers of sugary drinks to decrease the amount of sugar that is in there, which will hopefully have a big impact. I
mean, it's good to see that action is being taken, but I'm wondering, when might we see the equivalent of the war that was declared on tobacco, its equivalent in foods, unhealthy foods that our children are constantly consuming?
Yes, I understand. I think there have been a lot of calls for this for a while, but one thing that makes it very challenging is that whilst we know that obesity happens because of a simple imbalance between the calories that we eat and the calories that we're able to burn, the actual underlying causes behind that are very complex. And this is something that was highlighted in a previous report here in the UK, and this issue of the obesogenic environment, whereby there are a lot of different factors that determine what we eat and how much we exercise. And we need to address all of these, including our diet, but also our physical activity and the recommendations we can make to people. But there are other broader things as well also within our society, even, for example, how we design our towns and cities to make it easier for us to eat a more balanced diet and to get more exercise.
Okay, Simon Steenson, we're going to leave it there. Thank you for that. From London.